In this video, I'm going to sort of explain how I trade channel patterns, okay? This is Euro AUD. For those that are in my Signal channel, you guys got a lot of these trades recently, and they were all pretty damn good. So this is on the 4 hour. It's actually probably better if I do it on the 1. So let's throw it on the 1 hour here. It's a little more obvious on that. All right, cool. So here's a super tight channel that we had the other week. Okay. All I'm doing with these blocks, right, is basically marking my support and my resistance. Okay. So areas below where price rejects and comes up, that's support, right? Areas above where price rejects and drops, that's resistance. This is back in May when this started happening, and we started catching that pretty much right around here. You know, my final TP for this was way lower, and we got, you know, TP2 in here and took it, and we were finding this zone as basically the support. Brought up a little bit more in here, but look how it stays. Like, it's not perfect, right? But it's Forex, man. Nothing literally will ever be perfect setups in this. Otherwise, it'd be way too easy. But looking for channel patterns is huge, right? Like super tight channel patterns is what we're looking for here, where we can identify areas of resistance and support that it's respecting on a pretty consistent basis, and we can buy and sell our whole way through. So in total on this, we caught literally 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 trades, right? Final trade I took here, that's 9. That's right in a month. That's not even, it's 2 weeks. 9 winning trades. Came back up here, tested this little area. We got in for a sell. What I like to do is see it create highs and lows for the week, and then I can figure out what to do from there, and it did exactly that. So as you can see, my bias here was it was going to drop, come down, come up a bit, drop, and then come up, right? Sold it down. We had our little consolidation right here, dropped further, literally to the point of which I had marked almost, right? And it started to come up. It came back down, you know. So we caught this whole move right here. It's over 100 pips. Sort of waited, you know. Came back down untested, and we bought here again. And this was just a long swing trade, man. Hit multiple TPs on the way up, right? Obviously, for myself, I try to have the TPs that I set basically sitting within the support and resistance of previously. I know that a high was created for the week, and then a low was created for the week, so this is going to be our channel for that week, this area in here. You know, have my TPs set, obviously. You know, these are the areas I'm looking for. So we caught a buy down here, ran it up all the way in here. Mega consolidation in here. Sold it down. Got our TP1 on it. Came back up, right? Would have stopped you out if you didn't take the first TP. Sold it down again. Caught my first little area. Came back up. So these were obviously, you know, tiny trades. We're not talking many pips here. You know, 20, 30 pips. That's all we're catching. Which is good, though. You know, we'll take that. Came back up again for a third time. So now we pretty much have a head and shoulders pattern here. You know, it's not a perfect representation of it, but you can see shoulder, head, shoulder. Sold it again here. Came all the way down, all the way down, all the way down. In this zone, when I saw this massive bullish engulfing. I knew that the move was probably going to be over. So I called it out in our channel to take profits and get out. Ran back up, touched our zone again, ran back up, touched our zone again. And this is the new week, okay? New highs of the week, new lows of the week, right? I took this sell. It was sent out. We all caught this entire move. This is our entry point, stop blue line. All right, we're putting our stop losses above the wicks in a healthy amount so that we don't get stopped out. Comes all the way down, smashes TP3 right through it. Sets the low of the week, okay? So now I know what the low and the highs of the week are going to look like, okay? I grab in here. This is the low. I know that there's going to be some sort of correction and continuation of the channel. Came up, broke down a bit, came up, broke down a bit, and then absolutely launched off. We all caught this entire move right here on our signals channel. And then when it got up here, the sell has started again. So I took the sell from the stop. Made a double top formation up here, right? Comes up, rejects this price, drops a little bit, but there's still so much volume in this move up. Still pushes it up more. Rejects it again on the second top, sold. And we've been riding this swing trade since. Obviously news came out today, which has made this sort of look ridiculous, but the continuation of the move is still going to go. This is TP1. People crushed that. This is TP2. We got that too. And I'm, still holding this trade. So that's a basic review of how to trade in channel patterns. And these are really basic ones, like they're not perfect, obviously. But you really want to look for really, really tight situations with patterns like that, and you can kill it. Sometimes you can catch them like on their way down too. I'll show you one that's really good that we did the other day. Really good view of what that can look like. It's another pair I like to trade a ton of. GBP NZD. This situation right here. See, we have a downward channel pattern. We know it's starting up here, comes up, rejects, and we're on a sell. Right? Comes down. You just draw your line straight through. From here to the second one, right? And that's going to create the bottom half of your channel. That's your support. This is your resistance. This one got a little wonky. It was kind of fun. Bunch of manipulation in here. If you see these candles, like those are wild, right? This one right here was awesome to see. I saw like a double clear out basically of a liquidity grab just to basically fool people off of this move. Clear everyone's stop losses out so that the market makers could get a free one in. And I called in a sell right up here. Literally after the move, called in the sell because I figured if everyone's stopped out for the most part, that means it's going to be pretty much a free trade. There won't be a whole lot of us in here. Came down, hit the channel, tested it, came back up, and then started to come back down. I told people to take their TPs off. I made a new one that I thought would be good. There's a previous zone where there's support way back here, right? I know that's far back, but that's still something to consider. Price has been a support zone here before. You never know what can happen. Broke right through it. I see these wicks down here, okay? Dragonfly doji usually means that we're going to see a reversal in the trend, okay? We got another huge wick reversal, and then it pushes down, wicks up fast, and then I got in a live call and said, buy. Ran back up into our channel, and boom, we were all out, right? We literally grabbed 2 moves so easy because this is all, really beautiful channel. Got wonky in here, but we made money. There's another trade we were on. I took it from the top here after thinking that this was going to be the new high for the week and we'd see a dump out. Luckily, TP1 was hit just by barely, and it's rejected and come back up since. So for me, TP1 means I'm taking 75, 80% partials and then moving my stop loss to entry. That's how you protect a trade. Comes up, comes up, comes up to this top. We got a double top forming up here right now in the 1 hour, so a signal might be coming out pretty soon to try and catch the move all the way back down here. We're really crushing it there. People are passing FTMOs, accuracy rates through the roof. It's been really nice. Trying to help people as much as we can, But I like these, a lot of these pairs in particular because you'll find a lot of these channel patterns pretty often on them. As you can see, it's marked up like crazy. I've been trading it for a long time. And just looking for patterns. That's all I really do. And when I find them, I try to take advantage of them. Stick with the trend. And yeah, that's basically how I set up myself to do support and resistance channel pattern buys and sells. Not a perfect representation of it, but still a pretty decent one in general. The third one that I can show you that is helpful, I would hope. I like EA, I like GA. The reason is because they trade pretty similar. And here you go again. These were killer. This one not so much. Obviously I had the bias for it to continue into the pattern, and it didn't, and it doesn't always. So, but it did almost exactly what I thought it was going to do. So, I don't know why I had that there. It's really TP3 right there. So, if you can find areas of price that it respects, then you're pretty good to go. This was a great trade, right? We got in, ran up all the way to the top. This was an amazing trade. Very little drawdown. There was none. Just straight down. Straight down to the TP. It didn't take very long. So, this one, hey, sometimes you get stopped out. I called it early to close, which was good. We really do our best to try and protect people's accounts. It's not like, hey, set and forget. We take these trades too. So, but that's a really good, example of another channel right here. I got a bunch of them down here. This was great. We caught this and just ran it to the top. But I'm going to tell you why right now. Very simple. Okay. So, I'm obviously marking this up, trying to see what sort of situation we're going to be in. I know that if it breaks out, I want to have a buy limit in place because it's going to go up. It's going to break through this resistance right here. Okay, so we know we were on a downward trend. That was the idea. This is our resistance. This is our support. It creates a lower high, right? So we know that there's a potential in seeing the trend reverse. Another lower high, right? The wick is a little misleading. So my thought process here is, okay, cool. We broke through the structure right here, right? It's no longer going to be on a downward trend. We're setting lower lows, okay? And now we're setting a higher high, right? On our trend here. Breaks through, comes up, comes all the way screaming down to retest down here. And we got in for a buy because it made it pretty obvious that it was going to at least come back up and retest this line. We have a nice little W, which usually, signifies a really big inverted head and shoulders pattern. And that's what we're looking for there. Caught the buy, had the TP set for, this previous resistance. Bought it off of support, which is right here. This is our trend line coming back up. Gave it some room to breathe as far as our stop loss is concerned, but we're still looking at it, 1 to 2.5, right? Like, 2.46 right there. You can see it. It's really good. It came up to this line. Obviously our TPs, we were aiming pretty high. This was the first one. Tested this, but it keeps testing right in here on the smooth moving average and rejecting off of it, right? Boom, 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 boom. So I told myself if it breaks through this area up here, right, this previous resistance basically, I know that a buy limit is probably going to be pretty good. So I sent out the buy limit as well. And people took that too. And we ran this trade all the way to this top line. They say that you should trade pairs that you know for a reason, right? Pick your pairs. Because we were on this trade already on this trade ahead of time, so that when it ran all the way up on our swing trade and hit this zone that we were targeting, it was pretty obvious that, okay, we're going to be in a situation in which there will probably be a rejection of price over here. And here it happened, right? Big trade, big swing trade. Most people didn't hold it the whole time. They got out right in here, which is still a great move. And then we wait and wait and wait, and then boom, another channel starts to be created right in here, and a super tight one on the hour. That was really great in here. We were catching 35, 40, 50 pip moves with mainly just one take profit on it. I called out the take profits and said take profit 2 main target, take profit 3 main target, and people held them. So, but this is what you kind of look for. You want to find, people think it's choppy, but you can find really, really good situations in which the market lines up for you, and then you can take advantage of it. Trying to trade on a daily basis and chase trades every single day is going to not help you in the long run. It won't make you profitable. Setting yourself up to wait for good opportunities and taking them, and then, utilizing even more situations to get more opportunities is really, really helpful. And that's the way you want to trade. Less trades, higher accuracy, take advantage of the good stuff. Don't just chase trades because you think they're there. I feel as though most people overtrade, and that's a big reason of why most people lose. So, anyways, guys, that's a really quick breakdown on some channel patterns, support and resistance trading. It doesn't work every time. You will probably get stopped out on some of them. Understanding that the market makers are aware of where your stops are and giving yourself breathing room is really important. On these trades alone, you're looking at like 40, 50 pip stop loss, stuff like that. So entry, stop, so we were doing a 40 something pip stop loss to avoid being stopped out. So just be aware of those things. If you see these sort of situations happen, how to figure out if there's going to be a reversal, right, on the trend. Boom. setting lower highs, higher highs. You know there's going to be a breakout coming. The question is just, are you going to get in too early, right? So here we are on the 4th of May. Didn't take that trade until the 7th. We waited 3 more days for it to happen. You know, like we have to have multiple confirmations to make sure that it's going to happen. Getting in on the entry is everything, guys. Like your entry point is the most important part. You get a good entry, you can let trades run. And this is a really good example of that, you know. So obviously we're trailing stop losses along the way. Layering in is another part of it too. You know, and I'll teach you guys sort of how a lot of that works here soon too. So as always, let me know if you have questions. Give me a like, subscribe, feel free to share, turn your notifications on, all that good stuff. I'm going to be putting out a lot of content, more and more and more as we go here. This is a little more of an advanced, you know, but I wanted to kind of give you guys an idea of what I look for and why I take advantage of those opportunities when they come. Obviously, you know, when you can see this sort of formation, it makes a little more sense, right? We're setting higher lows. We have a breakout of the channel, comes back down to test, and then we launch. That doesn't always happen like that, but that's about 80% on those confirmations. It's awesome. Take 80% all day. 80% with the right risk management, guys, you're going to be a profitable trader in no time. So thanks for your time. I hope you enjoyed this one. Like and subscribe. Check out, you know, the info in our little bio there. Come find us on Telegram. Here to help. So, as always, proper risk management. That's the way. Thanks, guys.